Welcome back into My Chamber TV, the heartbeat of our community. I'm your host, Barbara Marville Kelly. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today, we are featuring very special, once again, Upper Tampa. It's great to have you back, Jerry Custon.
Yep, thank you very much, Barbara.
I tell you, I love your shows. You plan your shows out so well. In fact, today, we have the honor of having Representative Chris Sprowls. Yeah. Did I say it right?
You did.
All right,
Thanks
welcome.
for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, boy, you are busy. Not only are you a busy out there in the community, but you're a dad and expecting a new baby coming on board.
That's right.
And involved with, I count, what, about 6 or 7 committees?
Yeah, we got a mixture of a lot of healthcare, some education, a little appropriations, and my wife gets most of the credit for the babies, of course.
But of course.
Yeah.
So tell me, you were just mentioning before the break some of the different things that you've gotten past and everything. Why don't we go through those accomplishments and everything?
Well, it was a great and productive session. You know, I think, you know, I go up there having talked to a lot of people, you know, in our community, people who Jerry works with every day. And you know, a lot of them were concerned, particularly in the healthcare arena, about these surprise bills. You know, someone goes in for a knee replacement, or they go in for a small surgery, and then, you know, weeks or months go by, and they get this surprise bill in the mail that, you know, takes them off guard and didn't expect it. It really changes their financial situation. So myself and Senator Bradley, who's up in North Florida, we put together a healthcare transparency bill. And really, it's going to do a couple things. The first thing it's going to do is allow us to create a user-friendly platform for consumers so that they can go online and get an idea within a small geographical region, a zip code, how much generally a procedure is going to cost. Then they're going to be able to make sure they get a patient-specific estimate from their hospital so that there's no surprises. And anybody who's at a network so that they don't get those bills in the mail. And a lot of protections for consumers, a lot of good tools that we're giving them in order to navigate those really complicated areas in healthcare.
That's fabulous.
Yeah. And then in education, we had what we call an open enrollment bill, a school choice bill. And really what it says is this: if you have a student who's in a public school and you want to send them to any public school in the state, whether it's in your district or your zone or it's in another county, as long as that school has space for your child, you can send your kid there.
And how was it before that?
You know, it's those district boundaries, those zone boundaries. So really, it's kind of the Schools Without Borders bill.
Ah, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. That's quite an accomplishment.
Yeah. No, we're real happy with it. I mean, really, in both of those things, I think you're talking about choice for consumers, empowerment for people to make the best decision, whether it's for their health care or whether it's for their child's education.
And those are two major issues that we all face as families. You know, when you're going to be facing that with your little guys too at some point. So thank you for that.
You bet.
That's awesome.
Right.
And I know you've been involved with the chamber for how long?
You know, I've met, you know, Jerry, you know, a while back, and really they've done a great job of really educating, I think, the community. You know, especially in the business arena, but particularly in our area in Pinellas County in manufacturing.
Right.
You know, a lot of people, I think, don't know that outside of Miami-Dade, Pinellas County has more manufacturing jobs than any other county in Florida.
I'm glad that you mentioned that because we bring that up, I think, just about every show, because this is a major focal point for your chamber.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, you know, in educating the public, you know, folks like the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber, they come to us as a delegation, as you know, our members, and they say, hey, listen, you know, our manufacturing continue to spread. They can create high-paying jobs. So what we did in the legislature this year is went back and we made the sales tax cut for manufacturing machinery permanent, so that those folks who want to invest in new machinery for their manufacturing business don't have to pay that sales tax. We expect that they're going to reinvest that in their business, hire more people, and create more jobs for folks in our area.
Who knew? I mean, really, who knew? I mean, town of Palm Harbor, town of the Oldsmar, all that little area down there, and you're pulling off some really major feats here.
We have 30,000 jobs in Pinellas County, and we're the 5th largest area for defense manufacturing in the country.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I think you've told us that once before. Yeah. Now, you've been involved with your chamber for how many years?
About 15.
About 15 years.
Yeah.
So, and you've seen a lot. You've seen a lot of improvements, and I mean, you don't just dibble dabble. You're in with both feet, aren't you?
Well, yeah, we try to. As you well know, I'm a 30-year military guy, but so I'm really learning a lot about the way government works, and that's what Representative Sprowls was talking about. Because what we've done over the past couple of years is, as the 15 or 14 Pinellas chambers, Senator Latvala came to us about a year and a half ago and said, why don't you guys get together and form a chamber's business delegation, so that we're now trying to pull together the important issues for all our chamber members and do that as a unit. So the last 2 years, we go up to Tallahassee and meet individually there's 10 members of what they call the Pinellas Legislative Delegation. There's 7 House members and 3 senators. And each of those are on various committees to do that. So what we do is try to structure our desires or needs of our chamber members as we come together as a unified group, and then go up them and present them a book basically of what our agenda items are to do that. And then what we're going to do this year, I didn't tell you that yet, is we're going to go back and try to take a look at where those votes went, so that we can see how our delegation members are actually representing our community in doing that.
And that's how you get things done.
It is.
Yeah.
And
It's really committing.
what's really important about the committees that Representative Sprouse are on, when you take a look at the Florida budget, and you can correct me on this, is that the big pieces of that budget are pretty much set when they go up there. And there's going to be 3 big pieces of that budget. One of them is going to be in the medical area, one's going to be in the education area, and the third is going to be in our transportation and infrastructure, and a little bit in justice. And that's going to be about 85–88% of your budget right there every year. So those committees that he's on are very, very powerful committees to our delegation.
Sure. And I bet you.
Is that about true, Chris?
No, that's absolutely correct. I mean, we get up there and, a third of the budget's going to be healthcare, a third is going to be education. So really anything that we can do in those 2 environments to create something that allows people to have more choice, more options, and more of a freer market to allow people to do what they would do as consumers, the more that we're going to see those numbers, change and allow to improve what we're getting for our tax dollars.
That's great, because I mean, being involved with the chamber that way, back and forth, and just really, I mean, it just works. It's a win-win.
It is.
Yeah.
All the way around.
That's what we try to make it.
Yeah.
And the appropriations is also a big one, because that's where the money is eventually going to come from. Right. So they're all big ones.
That's exciting. So how long have you been a representative?
Oh, what time is it right now? I'm coming up on 2 years.
Oh, okay.
Coming up on 2 years,
Okay.
so it's a first term. And Jerry's right. We talk about working together as a delegation. We've got more senior members of the delegation, people who are newer like myself and Representative Latvala, who's in the middle part of the county. But I think the real important part is, and not everybody does this, our delegation does a really fantastic job about working together. You can't be everywhere on every issue all the time. So what we can do is work together to figure out who has what priorities.
Sure.
Representative Peters, who's in further south in Pinellas County, worked on a comprehensive mental health bill, which, as you know, is a big issue in our state. So she worked on that. We were able to pass that through the legislature. Representative Latvala, Chris, passed a juvenile expungement bill that we worked on together. And I had some things in healthcare and in education. But really, what we try to figure out is who has what priorities and how they impact our residents, and then go fight for them as one unit.
Love it.
Yeah.
It's so nice. I wouldn't really know this unless I was hosting these shows, really.
Sure.
And it's so great to have you guys come out here and talk about really how you really get into the thick of everything that's going on into your community when you have the needs, when you see the lack or the voids, you go out and you make things happen.
That's right.
And you also have to realize, you only have so much money that's going to be available. So exactly like Representative Sproul saying, when your delegation works together like that, and then if we can, as the chambers, come up with reasonable things, not unreasonable things, but reasonable things to try to do that, to meet the needs of this community, then it works.
The chances of it getting passed.
The chance of getting passed
and the chance of you going to bat for them is much greater, too.
So you got to give them an opportunity to get the bat.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's great to have you on the show here today.
No, thanks for having me.
This is exciting. And you did take a look at the show from before, right?
I did. No, you guys do excellent work, and I think really it's all part of your kind of general mission about educating, educating your membership about what's going on and how they can be most effective, not just in their business, but how they impact their community. And Jerry's done a lot of stuff with the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber as far as training, kind of the next generation of manufacturers and business owners in our community. And one of the things that I like to talk a lot about is is, we talk a lot about economic incentives and things like that in this state. But really, I think the key to success is getting those businesses that are already here, those entrepreneurs who are already living in our community, who have great ideas, allow them, assist them to start their business here in our community. Because chances are, if they start their business here and they're successful, they're going to stay here.
Exactly.
That's right.
And that's the trick. Some of those smaller businesses, and even the manufacturers, because they don't network all that much, they don't realize the benefits that are out there. So that's part of our role, is to educate them and say, get out of the box here.
Exactly.
Your state is trying to help you here.
Well, and that's our mission here on My Chamber TV, is to raise the awareness in the community, in the various chambers, and what everybody's doing in their own individual community.
Right.
Because, a lot of time, everybody's so caught up and so busy and everything, but we're building such a great viewership. We've been doing the show for a couple of years now. Some of the chambers are actually taking on a second show a month to be able to get the knowledge out there, because they can't, business owners can't get to every single event, whether it's a coffee, a mixer, a lunch, or a dinner, a charity event, or whatever. But we like to keep everybody in tune to what's happening through the My Chamber TV. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Great.
So, you have anything special you want to say to our audience out there?
Well, I just say, to stay in touch with us. I think one of the things that I've been most successful on is hearing from people like Jerry and others from our community. Most of the bills that I've put up and I've passed are things that came from somebody that I met at an event or a town hall, or somebody who called my office. And honestly, they're the most rewarding things that I've had the opportunity to work on are things that directly impacted a person. I knew their name, I knew their family, I got to talk to them on the phone, got to call them from the house, off the house floor to tell them what happened with the bill. So I would just, tell all your members to, if they have a good idea, chances are it is a good idea, and to reach out to us and let us know what it is.
I'm so glad to hear that. And you're so approachable, and it's great that you've got this wonderful relationship, and you're making things happen. And when it comes to healthcare and some of the issues that we've been beating our heads with, and with that whole, this is the first that I actually take my memory back to when my little ones were going to school, and there was that issue with what school they have to go to this school, they can't go to so that was really a major accomplishment.
And the parents who are thinking about those things, they go in and they move into a neighborhood. I mean, what's that checklist you go through? You say, okay, well, is there a job here for me? Is there health care? Do I have access to good health care? What kind of school district am I in? So I think when we as lawmakers interact with business owners and things like that in our community, the things that we have to come up with are, let's go through that checklist together and figure out how do we get someone to want to live in our community, or how do we want to get the successful person to want to stay here? And really the only way we do that is to have as many options on those things that are important to families as possible, and say, you know what, you get to choose.
See, I love that's music to my ears. Well, Representative Chris, thank you so much. I may be calling you someday.
You should. You should call me. You should call me.
Yeah.
He's a true citizen servant.
I can tell. And isn't he great? I mean, just think of it. You have some things you may want to talk to Representative Sprouse.
That's right.
Give him a call. Absolutely. Well, thank you for joining us. We're going to have you back.
Please do.
Stick around. We have more coming to you from My Chamber TV. We'll be right back.
Everyone's story is different, so why be limited to just one or two options? With Norcom's Norflex Home Loan, you're given the flexibility to tell your story. Pick your terms from 8 to 30 years, all while maintaining a low, fixed mortgage rate. You can pay off your loan more quickly or choose a term based on your budget and timeline. Whatever you do with the Norflex Home Loan, make it part of your financial plan. Norflex, short-term, long-term, your terms. Apply online at norcommortgage.com.
It's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song, singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let's take control. All you need, all you want, are you ready to find your way? 'Cause every day is a new day, and everything's going your way. And you wanna make it last forever. We'll keep it together, 'cause it keeps getting better. Whoa, whoa.
Enjoy tranquil seclusion in an eco-lover's paradise. Paddling through the mangroves where the only sounds you'll hear are the sounds of nature. Because you deserve to relax on vacation. Visit Pasco County, Florida.
Join us for the 8th Annual Car Shows for Charity Breast Cancer Car Show on May 7th with proceeds to benefit USF Breast Health. Cars will be displayed along historic Tarpon Avenue in downtown Tarpon Springs from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Registration from 8 to 10 a.m. Over 50 trophies, great vendors, music, and giveaways all day. Pre-registration is $20. Day of show, $25. Spectators are always free. Space is limited, so register soon. Help us drive away breast cancer. For more information, visit cs4c.com.
Berman presents the first annual Jeeping for Justice at the Concourse. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, May 6th, 7th, and 8th. Come out for the Jeep Show and Shine, obstacle course, trail rides, night rides, family fun, and kids area. All benefiting the Pasco County Sheriff's Canine Unit, Safety Town, Racing for Vets, 2 domestic violence shelters, and many more. For more information, go to jeepingforjustice.com.
Hi, everyone. Welcome into My Chamber TV, the heartbeat of our community. I'm your host, Barbara Marvell Kelly. Thanks for joining us. We have Upper Tampa Chamber of Commerce with Jerry Custon.
Thank you.
I was just complimenting Jerry on all the great guests that he always brings to us, including Mr. Jake Fisher, you're CEO of the Tampa Community Hospital.
That's correct.
Welcome. Great to have you on My
Thanks for having
Chamber
me on.
TV.
Absolutely. Glad to be here.
Tell us what your life is like over there as CEO. I can't even imagine.
It's busy.
I guess.
We have a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, like what?
Well, it's a very big organization, and we're part of HCA West Florida. We have 16 hospitals in the area. But at Tampa Community, we're focused on a lot of different things, primarily the patient experience, I would say, is the biggest thing we're focusing on right now. Really treating the whole person. When you come into a hospital, it's not just about getting high quality clinical care, which is obviously the most important thing, but it's the service and that personal touch that we try to provide our patients who come in.
Well, so you sort of feel like you set yourself apart from other hospitals?
We do, yeah, and I think in a few ways, we're a smaller community hospital, and we don't do everything like some of the larger facilities, but what we do, I think we do very well. Recently, we were named to Tampa Bay Times Top 100 Workplace list for the second year in a row, which we're
Why
very
would that
excited
be?
about. Well, I think it's about culture. Like I said, we have a smaller facility, and it definitely has more of a family feel. And one thing we've really focused on the last couple of years has been creating a great work environment. We want it to be a great place to work, where people
you want your people to
work.
want to work.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, my philosophy is that if we want our patients to be happy, we need our employees to be happy. So that's been really a big thing that we've put a lot of effort and energy into.
That's really good to know. Yeah, because when you think about, it's just trauma when you're in the hospital.
Right.
Everybody
absolutely.
wants to stay out of the hospital.
You bet.
Right.
You bet.
For many obvious reasons.
Right.
But to at least make it so that it's a little bit more down home country.
Right.
A little bit more inviting, if a hospital can be inviting. That's
Right.
that's an incredible way to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Caring and compassionate.
Yeah, because there are some hospitals where they're overworked, a lot of the nurses and the doctors, and
Right.
they're tired,
Right.
and you can see that. But it's nice to hear that you're actually focusing on the patient experience.
Right.
So do you have Do you have spa-like room? No, I'm just kidding.
We do have all private rooms, which is a big thing, and not every hospital has that. So every admission, every patient that comes in, they do have their own room, which is a nice thing.
Yeah.
So that is another differentiator for us for sure.
And that is really good to know too, because I don't think I can ever remember when I was in the hospital, except for when I had my kids. But yeah, to share a room when you're not feeling good.
Right.
It's, oh yeah, I'm going to remember that. That is definitely good to know. And you've been a member with the Chamber?
Yes.
For how long?
I've been a board member just for a few months. I joined the board of the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber. We've had a very strong involvement with the Chamber, though, for years, and we see a lot of benefit. For us, it's a good link to the business community, of course. As a hospital, I think within our community, it's something everybody may need at some time, so it's important for us, particularly with the way employers have health care benefits for their employees, for our employers in the area to know about the services we offer and what we're all about.
And getting out in the community and really sharing that, because when people think of hospitals, no, we just do a mental block about it. We just don't want to go there. But at least if you have a hospital that is a little bit more welcoming, and you keep that in the back of your mind, and you never know.
Right.
And for family members too. I mean, think about it.
And I'll have to tell you, Barbara, I'm on the board of directors of the Tampa Community Hospital, and I have been prior to Jake's arrival. And like I said, it's a different hospital system, so I have no idea what it takes to run a hospital. When you go to board meetings, you begin to find that out, and it's like running a city. It's not, it's not just the medical care. You've got infrastructure to do that, and you've got janitorial, you've got electric, you've got everything else to do it.
Yeah.
You've got the cafeteria, you've got everything, and it's just like running a little city. And what I can see exactly what Jake is telling you, I can see since he's been here the difference between their methodology and the culture of the HCA way. I can see that as a board member, and
you see the transition.
You can see the transition. You can see the difference in the culture, and you can see the difference in the results.
That's fabulous. Like what are some of the things that he hasn't mentioned? Anything?
Oh, I think he's covered it pretty well. One thing is the hospital had a different name, and one thing that they decided to do, if they're going to change the culture, they need to change the branding, and so they went through a very long and very careful process to come up with that name, Tampa Community Hospital, because they wanted to rebrand and make themselves a little different.
And what was it before?
It was Town and Country Hospital before.
Oh no, I like this way much better.
Well, and Town and Country limited geographically, and so they wanted to, they wanted to expand the footprint. So it was very careful. And one of the things I've seen as a board member, which you don't realize, that if you get emergency care, when somebody calls an ambulance or something, those ambulance drivers have to make a decision on what hospital to go to. And in the past, they were passing up Tampa Community Hospital. Now they're not.
Because it sounds like, it takes in a larger area. Town and Country sounds like it's in a little, kind of like little niche neighborhood, maybe.
Well, it is, but because of the difference in the care and everything else, the hospital drivers are now a little bit more amenable to come in there in the first place.
Isn't that wonderful? I love to see growth and success and all that. That's fabulous.
So I can see those things as a board member, just a change in the culture. It changes the community.
Yes, yes, definitely.
Yeah.
And so you've been a member with the Chamber for a good little while, and you can see a difference being involved with the community, obviously, to get out there and market the hospital.
Right. Oh, yeah. Making a lot of good connections for us. We work with Jerry closely. We kind of support each other. He's on our board now. I'm on the board of the chamber as well. And
good mix.
Yeah, it is. And I do think I think a hospital plays a big role in a community like ours. So
absolutely. Well, it's good to know that. And our show is a good place, a good platform to let you guys know about Tampa Community Hospital and the changes that are being made, because maybe we might have viewers out there that are thinking about the other the other way it was done, and now there's changes. So it really broadens even, your customer base, shall I say?
exactly.
Absolutely.
So that's awesome. Well, I wish you so much luck over
Thank
there.
you very
It
much.
seems
I
like you
appreciate
really are enjoying what you're doing,
Yes.
and
It's a fun place to work, and that's good.
And isn't that makes all the difference in the world?
Absolutely.
And you're having your employees have fun and just enjoy coming to work.
Right. Definitely.
I love it. I love it. Well, I want to thank you for joining us, and
Yeah.
hopefully you'll come back and
Sure.
share, any new ideas that are going on over there. When was the transition? Actually, did it?
It was October of 2013, so it's about 2.5 years or so in, and we've expanded services, and we've, as we talked about, really focused a lot on culture and recruitment and retention of new employees. As you may know, there's a pretty big nursing shortage in the state of Florida.
Yes.
And so that's another differentiator. You have to have a great place to work to keep your good nurses in particular. So that's really about what we've been all about and what we've been trying to focus on.
Yeah, that is, because you're so right. My daughter-in-law is a registered nurse.
Yeah.
She's actually going into becoming a nurse practitioner, and I hear the stories of the different places to work and everything. So. Good for you. Fist bump.
Good. All right, fist bump.
Well, I hope you come back. We're going to
Yeah.
take a brief little time out, and when we come back, we have more with Upper Tampa Chamber of Commerce. So stay with us, and hopefully you will remember about Tampa Community Hospital. It's all good. We'll be right back after this.
Enjoy tranquil seclusion in an eco-lover's paradise. Paddling through the mangroves where the only sounds you'll hear are the sounds of nature. Because you deserve to relax on vacation, visit Pasco County, Florida.
Everyone's story is different, so why be limited to just one or two options? With Norcom's Norflex Home Loan, you're given the flexibility to tell your story. Pick your terms from 8 to 30 years, all while maintaining a low, fixed mortgage rate. You can pay off your loan more quickly or choose a term based on your budget and timeline. Whatever you do with the Norflex Home Loan, make it part of your financial plan. Norflex, short-term, long-term, your terms. Apply online at norcommortgage.com.
Join us for the 8th Annual Car Shows for Charity Breast Cancer Car Show on May 7th with proceeds to benefit USF Breast Health. Cars will be displayed along historic Tarpon Avenue in downtown Tarpon Springs from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Registration from 8 to 10 a.m. Over 50 trophies, great vendors, music, and giveaways all day. Pre-registration is $20. Day of show, $25. Spectators are always free. Space is limited, so register soon. Help us drive away breast cancer. For more information, visit cs4c.com.
Berman presents the first annual Jeeping for Justice at the Concourse. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, May 6th, 7th, and 8th. Come out for the Jeep Show and Shine, obstacle course, trail rides, night rides, family fun, and kids area. All benefiting the Pasco County Sheriff's K-9 Unit, Safety Town, Racing for Vets, 2 domestic violence shelters, and many more. For more information, go to jeepingforjustice.com.
Hi everyone, welcome back into My Chamber TV. It's the heartbeat of our community. I'm Barbara Marvel Kelly. Thanks for joining us. Jerry Custon with Upper Tampa Chamber of Commerce.
Yep, Upper Tampa
and
Bank.
we have Joe Elmer, Future Home Realty. Welcome.
Welcome.
And
Thank
the
you, Barbara.
incoming chair.
Well, I am.
I
I'm
love
looking
it.
forward to it.
And you were telling me that you had a little story you're going to share with us
I'll
about
jump
that.
ahead a little bit.
Okay.
When I was, I'd been on the board for a year. And so we were at some event. I think it must have been a luncheon or something. And Jerry came up to me and he goes, hey, would you like to consider being the treasurer next year of the board? And I thought, I've got an MBA in finance, so I thought, hey, I can handle the numbers. And so I said, sure. The one thing he neglected to tell me was we have a kind of transition kind of phase.
I did forget to tell
once
you
you
that.
move to treasurer, then the next year you become the chair-elect. And then the chairman of the board.
Oh, that was slick.
So that was a little...
That was slick. Very good.
I didn't realize I was going to take on all this leadership responsibility.
We do that for continuity.
I love it.
Exactly.
But if you hadn't told him, or if you had told him you probably would have said yes anyway.
I probably would.
Yeah.
It's a great organization. I love being involved with it. Kind of to step back a little bit, I got involved first with the chamber kind of a little bit differently than maybe some of our other guests that have been on here. I started out as a volunteer. So probably 3 years working on all the events, because I really love the events. To me, that was just so much fun.
Oh, yeah, and Oldsmar?
Oldsmar Days, Oktoberfest.
Yes.
Some of the best events in North Pinellas County for sure. So I got involved that way, and then just really enjoyed, working with the team. Our staff is amazing. I have to tell you.
No doubt.
I mean, we only have three full-time employees, but there's Jerry Pruzzi, who's the CEO, president of the chamber, and Mark Howe, who's vice president of, is he operations now? Is that what it's called? Do a fantastic job, and just a great bunch of guys to be around.
I know. They are. And I mean, Jerry, when I called them how long has it been now since I made that call?
December, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah, December, yeah.
I just fell in love with this guy. He had so many wonderful stories to share, not only about how he's involved, but with what the chamber does, what the community does, and it just warmed my heart to see the different things and the activities. You're right. I've been to the Oldsmar Days a couple of times, and that's
most of the stuff's even true.
What's that?
Most of the stuff is even true.
Yeah.
About Jerry. Well,
you're right.
Yeah, exactly. I know, like I said, I've been involved with the events, but now that I'm moving into a leadership role, so I'm kind of looking for, I'm excited to get involved in some more of the leadership aspects of the whole chamber, some of the directions that we're going to go in the coming year.
You're going to make a difference in that leadership role.
I hope so. I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Each year, the new incoming president, they have the ability to select 2 or 3 items where they want to kind of direct the chamber. And so for me, it's nothing really new. I'm not reinventing the wheel or anything. But my 3 main topics are going to be continued growth at the chamber, our chamber membership, and which is really strongly related to that is retention. That's key to really growth.
No doubt, absolutely.
And I think in the past, on some of your shows, you've talked to some of our ambassadors.
Yes, we have.
And for me, that's key to retention, is the work of the ambassadors. They do a fantastic job.
Oh, absolutely, because they still, it's not like they come in and do their thing and then leave. They want to, it gets in your blood.
Right. I mean, their main function is to welcome new members to the chamber, kind of instruct them on how to best utilize the chamber, and to mentor them through the whole process. But one of the things that I'd like to see them do more of in this coming year is reach out to those existing chamber members, not new chamber members, but existing chamber members, to touch them, 3 or 4 times through the year, whether it's just a simple phone call, or maybe even once a year meeting to have coffee, talk about their business, understand what it is that the chamber can do to improve their business, to help them, to bring real value to their membership. So
it's staying engaged.
It is.
It's just keeping the rapport going.
Yeah, I think Jerry said it before. It's all about return on relationship and return on involvement versus return on investment.
I like that, return on involvement.
Return on involvement.
Yeah, because if you're not involved, you're not engaged, and if
Right.
you're not engaged, well, what's the point?
Well, we can't do it.
And I do hear, not a lot, every once in a while I'll run into somebody, if they'll ask me what I'm doing with the chamber shows and everything, and they may say, oh, I was involved with the chamber, it never did anything for me. And my first response, based on these shows I've been doing, is I would say, well, did you get involved? Did you go to any events? And the answer is always no.
No, we actually tell our members, and Jerry Peruzzi and I will bring them in, all our new members, we invite them in once, I don't know whether you even know that. We do a CEO orientation, and we have them in for pizza, we have them in for about an hour and a half. We tell them what we're trying to accomplish, how we try to accomplish it, and we tell them, there's nothing we can do for you. There's everything we can do with you.
Yes.
Okay? Everything we can do with you, but there's nothing we can do for you if you don't want it done.
That's very well said.
Right.
Very
So,
well said.
And the other thing, like Joe says about our ambassadors, our tagline is big chamber services, small chamber feel. Now, with a staff of 3, we try to do those big chamber services, getting involved with the government, getting involved with manufacturing, getting involved with all those kinds of things, and doing those kinds of things. But we don't necessarily, because of that, have the time to do all that small chamber feel, and that's why the ambassadors are absolutely critical to us to do that touching all the time. We'll do it at the events and at the mixers and the other kinds of things, but to have those ambassadors at our back, just touching out there and doing that, that's what helps the retention.
Right, exactly. That's just, the ambassadors are really key to retention. Because, we have all kinds of events, whether it's the morning mingles, the mixers, those kind of things. But I think, as we said before, there are a number of chamber members that their business model is such that they really don't have the time to either come out to a morning mingle or come to a mixer. But they still feel it's important to support their community, to be a part of the chamber.
Sure.
And in this economic environment, it's important for every business person to, be careful about every dollar they spend.
Oh, no doubt.
And so it's important, that when it comes time and they get their membership in the mail again for the coming year, it's important that they do see some value to that.
Of course.
And that's where the ambassadors can really
Reinforce that
through those phone calls. A simple phone call just to see how business is going. Is there anything that we as a chamber can do, or that you would like to see us, bring to the community? So they're just critical to the operation.
Oh, no doubt. Well, it sounds like you're going to really take charge
Well,
in
I
that
don't know about
leadership
that.
role.
I don't know about that, but it's a great organization. Our board, I'll tell you a little bit about our board. It's made up of 18 members. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I kind of think, I looked at it, it's kind of like a 70-30 split between 70% of the members are people like myself, individual entrepreneurs, with 30% being more of your corporate settings, the Nielsen's, Stall Insurance, Tampa Bay Downs, those kind of things. So it's a great organization to be involved with. We got some great people. The way it kind of works is 15 of those members serve 3-year terms, and they're kind of split up in 3 groups of 5, with each one of them coming due every year. So there's 5 members on the board that are coming up for renewal, and that keeps that continuum of education, knowledge, and that kind of stuff. So it's
exciting.
It's great. I mean,
And
it's
then,
just
like say, what we do in terms of the leadership role is we grow that for 3 years. You've been on the board, then you go to treasurer, so you get to know what our
Each
budget
numbers.
is, how
Yes.
that relates to our program of work, all those kinds of things, and then the deputy, and then the chair itself.
I'll tell you, it's really great, and I wish you a lot of luck. Now, tell me about your real estate as well.
I've been in the business for about 9 years. 7 years with Keller Williams. I'm with Future
Yeah.
Home Realty now.
Okay.
I really love the business. It's great because I really enjoy helping people find a new home or sell their home. And right now, the market's really going in the right direction.
That's what I hear from everyone.
Yep.
Yes.
Inventory it's kind of in what we call a seller's market right now.
I was just going to ask you, seller, buyer, how do you feel about that?
It's really a seller's market because it's about 3.4 months worth of inventory right now. So the absorption rate is running around 30-35%. So anything that's coming on the market that's priced accordingly, you're very likely to get multiple offers. So
I'm not surprised. That's awesome.
yeah, so things are it's an
We've been
exciting
waiting.
time.
We've been really
Yeah,
waiting,
no
haven't
kidding.
we? Oh my goodness.
I got into real estate in 2006. So right at the
Yeah.
just at the timing wasn't the best.
Well, I was in real estate many years ago, and until I came here. But I always enjoyed the same thing that you're doing is finding people homes. It was always rewarding. So it's service oriented.
It really is. I work with a lot of first-time buyers, so it's great working with them.
Oh, yeah.
And they're always so nervous, and bringing them through the whole process from start to finish. It's great.
Did you notice a big change from, and maybe not as much as from when I did it many years ago? I mean, we're talking like 30-some years ago, but with the paperwork and everything, it's a really structured. Everything has to be perfect.
Right.
Really perfect.
There is quite a bit of paperwork.
That's what I hear.
But your broker sets up checklists to make sure that you're doing things correctly and getting your paperwork turned in, because without the proper paperwork, you don't get paid.
Yeah, no closing.
No closing,
no
right.
tiki, no lani.
Exactly.
Well, that's great. Well, it's nice to see that you're enjoying it, because I know many realtors with the craziness of the, you go, do I stay in this? Do I do something else? What do I, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I'm so glad to see that it's coming back.
It's going in the right direction. We're not all the way back yet,
No,
but it's going in the right direction.
It takes time, and it takes tenacity.
It does.
With everyone in the community,
It's-
getting
it's-
involved, out there networking, join the chamber, right?
It's a relationship business.
Yeah, it really is.
People do business with people they know, like, and trust.
I know. I hear that all the time.
Oh,
That
yeah.
no, like, and trust has been around for a good little while. But there's a lot of truth to that.
Oh,
It is.
It's all truth.
Yeah.
It is.
A lot of truth to that. Well, I want to thank you for joining us.
Well, I appreciate it. It's great to come out here and talk to you and see your operation here. It's pretty amazing.
Isn't it? I say we're the best kept secret in Tampa Bay.
And how do you like your background, Joe? Look at that.
Yeah, that's great.
It is great. Well, I'll tell you, we're now, we've expanded. We've only been here since May, and we've now taken over the whole building, and we just grew really fast. We're now Tampa Bay Multimedia Center. We're a full-service business center here, where we can help anybody with whatever it is that they need, especially in video production.
Right.
And getting people noticed is what we do here, and that's why I love doing this show. Is bringing businesses on, bringing chambers on, charities, board members, and the like, to show how you can make a difference in your community. And clearly, everybody comes out and validates all of the above. So it's awesome.
Really amazing, this operation you have, because I do a lot of business up in Newport Richey area.
Do you?
And so I was really surprised to see that this was here.
I know, right in the heart of downtown Newport Richey.
It's just like little Oldsmar and what we do there.
Well, I want to thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Barbara.
And I hope
really
you'll come
appreciate it.
back.
I will.
Good luck with all of your dreams there with the chamber. And
forward to it.
yeah, so we'll have you come back again too. Stick around. We have more to come right here on My Chamber TV.
Everyone's story is different, so why be limited to just one or two options? With Norcom's Norflex Home Loan, you're given the flexibility to tell your story. Pick your terms from 8 to 30 years, all while maintaining a low, fixed mortgage rate. You can pay off your loan more quickly or choose a term based on your budget and timeline. Whatever you do with the Norflex Home Loan, make it part of your financial plan. Norflex. Short term, long term, your terms. Apply online at norcommortgage.com.
Enjoy tranquil seclusion in an eco-lover's paradise. Paddling through the mangroves where the only sounds you'll hear are the sounds of nature. Because you deserve to relax on vacation, visit Pasco County, Florida.
Join us for the 8th Annual Car Shows for Charity Breast Cancer Car Show on May 7th with proceeds to benefit USF Breast Health. Cars will be displayed along historic Tarpon Avenue in downtown Tarpon Springs from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Registration from 8 to 10 a.m. Over 50 trophies, great vendors, music, and giveaways all day. Pre-registration is $20. Day of show, $25. Spectators are always free. Space is limited, so register soon. Help us drive away breast cancer. For more information, visit cs4c.com.
Berman presents the first annual Jeeping for Justice at the Concourse, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, May 6th, 7th, and 8th. Come out for the Jeep Show and Shine, obstacle course, trail rides, night rides, family fun, and kids area, all benefiting the Pasco County Sheriff's K-9 Unit, Safety Town, Racing for Vets, 2 domestic violence shelters, and many more. For more information, go to jeepingforjustice.com.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back into My Chamber TV. What did you think about all that footage? You know what? A lot of that was shot through the drone with Tampa Bay Multimedia. That's the kind of work we do here. So keep that in mind if you ever want to get that airway view, right?
Yeah, beautiful stuff.
I know.
Yeah, beautiful stuff.
Upper Tampa Bay is with us here with Jerry Custon, and we have a lovely lady dressed for the Derby, I'm sure. Emily Rogers, it's so nice to welcome you onto My Chamber TV.
Thank you.
Now, you're involved with the Upper Tampa Bay Education Foundation, and you're here to talk about the 2nd annual Derby night.
Yes.
Hence the hat.
Yes.
Well, tell me about it.
This year, we are celebrating Cinco de Derby. So it will be on Thursday, May 5th at the Nielsen Ballroom. And we're looking for an action-packed, fun-filled evening where our sponsors, our donors, our supporters, students and their families can come and help raise money for scholarships. So we're very excited.
Oh, I love that. That's music to my ears, raise money for scholarships. Yes. Well, good for you. How long have you been involved with the education?
I have been on the board since 2009,
Nice.
So several years. We have a very diverse board. We have creative brainstorming sessions where we look for creative ideas to raise funds for students, teachers, and families in our footprint.
That's exciting. How can we help you here with our show? Besides getting the word out.
Yes, getting the word out is very important. We are still accepting sponsors.
Oh, good.
Food sponsors, as well as Belmont Stakes sponsors, and all of those sponsorships will support scholarships. So getting the word out, getting the posters out, getting the cards out, just getting the word out and getting people to come out on Cinco de Derby.
That's going to be really exciting. And I love these different events where we're able to give back in the community and raise funds to give back to others that, maybe can't afford it. And, doing these fantastic events. And you look stunning, my dear.
Thank you. We're having a hat contest, and it's not just for ladies. Gentlemen can wear their derby hats as well.
In fact, last year, our president of our chamber board won the men's hat contest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's fun.
It was pretty ornate, too, I'll tell you what.
Oh, yeah? What did it look like?
It was like that, except about 3 times wider.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah.
That's fun. So, horse racing, casino games, and a ladies' sombrero hat contest.
Yes.
How fun is that? And they're going to be able to sample different restaurants when you get those sponsors and everything.
Yes, we're having derby-themed meals as well as drinks. So we're having a bourbon station, a margarita station, and special drinks to celebrate and raise funds, of course.
And where's that being held again?
It's being held at the Nielsen Ballroom.
Oh, very good.
That's worth the price of admission itself. If you've never been to Nielsen and been in that ballroom, it's beautiful. It sits right on a preserve. The windows are like 2-story windows. You can see out all over the place. It's just absolutely gorgeous.
Nice,
It's
nice.
gorgeous.
Yes.
Oh, what made you get involved with this? You must have some underlying passion.
Yes, I am. I'm very passionate about supporting students and their families. Anytime we can relieve stress, financial stress for a family, and send that child off to college, and it means a lot. So that's what keeps me coming back each year and supporting the organization, volunteering my time, my grant writing and proposal writing skills, and just anything to do to get those funds to help send students off to school.
That's so fabulous. So you do the grant writing.
Yes, we have a grant writing committee, and that's very important. We're ramping up, and as I said, our board, we come up with creative ideas. We support students in traditional careers, non-traditional careers, manufacturing careers, and the whole idea is to get those students off to school and to remember that we supported them and that they can come back to this community and be productive citizens in the community.
Isn't that wonderful?
So, yes.
And when they come back, they give back, don't they?
Yes, exactly.
That's what I hear, yeah.
Yes.
And one of our scholarship winners last year was a young lady who had childhood cancer. And she had a very rough time with that. And she fought her way through that, and she decided she's going to be a pediatric oncologist. And she is at the University of Florida right now, studying pediatric oncology. So oh yeah,
that's so beautiful.
So we're very happy to be able to do that. We work with 4 schools in the area, in Pinellas and Hillsborough, and basically we work with students who are economically disadvantaged. So that's one thing, and the other thing that we want to do is don't necessarily have to be going to college. If they want to take up a technical career, like Emily said, in manufacturing, we'll support that. We'll support that also. If they want to go to a trade school to do that, that's fine.
How do we know who these children are?
Well, we have a committee that will look at scholarship applications each year.
I see. So there's a particular protocol that.
Yes.
Yeah. What we do is, we're a smaller education foundation. Don't have the history that the Pinellas Education Foundation and the Hillsborough Education Foundation does. So once again, we work cooperatively. So they have a very good system of going through these schools and gathering the information on students looking for scholarships and things. So we ask them to share that with us. for the specific parameters that we want at the high schools we do, and they do. And so we don't duplicate that. We don't duplicate that work. We wind up taking some students that would not otherwise be getting scholarships through their program. So it's very complimentary.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, it's very rewarding to be involved with something like that.
And anything we do at the elementary school level, we work with 12, I believe it is.
Yes.
12 elementary schools with a program called STAR, which is Student Teacher Achievement Recognition. So as we know, the schools to do, special innovative projects, the teachers don't really have the funds, and some of them we hear that the teachers put in their own money to do some of this stuff. Mm-hmm. So each year what we do is we ask these various schools to say, have your teachers come up with a project that's STEM related and make it competitive and $500 or less. And so we'll give away about $6,000 to STEM related projects in 12 different schools to do that. And they come up with some very imaginative things.
I bet. Yeah. I bet. That's exciting. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah. Would you have anything else you want to share with us? We're almost coming to our close of our show today, but it's been so good with you here.
Well, we're just excited about the event next week. As we said, it's our second annual event, and it's so important that the community come out, families come out, businesses come out.
Absolutely.
And we're just excited about it.
You should be. Anytime we can educate the youth and give them a second chance at becoming something when they grow up and move on. And I love what you said about taking the stress off the families, the financial stress, because that's always an issue. Single parents out there struggling, or maybe they've had a tough break, and we all want our kids to have the best that they can have. So this is such a good cause, and I'm excited.
It is.
You weren't on board last year when you did the first Derby.
No, we weren't.
No, so this is exciting. This looks like it's probably going to be an annual thing.
Yes.
Well, and of course it's tied, next Saturday is the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
So the Tampa Bay Downs is a sponsor, so that's how we got on the Derby theme.
Oh, I love it. I just think that's great. And you look so adorable. It's
Thank
fun.
you.
Anytime hats are involved, that's so fun. And then you're going to have a hat contest. How cute is that? Oh. Well, good luck, Emily. It's such a delight meeting you.
Thank you.
And hopefully you'll come back to My Chamber TV.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. And Jerry, of course, do you have any little tidbits you want to say before we close?
Yep. Just coming at Derby night. We got some great restaurants out there. Amici's, Flamestone Grill, Hot Tuna, Rumba Island and Grill, Cook's Club of Tampa Bay, Famous Pizza, Salt Rock Tavern, Green Market Cafe, Applebee's, and what we got whiskey and tequila and some vodka, and we'll have a good time.
You do have a good restaurant list.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
we do.
Wow, that is going to be a lot of fun. Well, you're going to make lots of money at that.
That's what we hope
Enough
to do.
for all the scholarships that you need, that's for sure.
Well, that's a good thing. The way that started was we had a benefactor in the community that put up $125,000 if we could match it. So we do have a $250,000 endowment that we use for the scholarships, and what we're trying to do is grow this to doing those programs down for the middle schools and the elementary schools and the middle schools. For the scholarships that we have, like I say, we're pretty well set with that endowment for a while, but we want to grow that. We want to become bigger.
Well, that sounds like you're on your way. Definitely on your way. Well, thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next month.
See you
again,
next month.
The third.
Fourth.
I got that. Fourth Tuesday. We're doing so many chamber shows, I'll tell you, and they just keep growing. Well, good luck, and we'll hear all about it when you come back.
Yep.
I'm going to hear all about it.
We will.
I want to thank you guys for joining us on My Chamber TV. It is the heartbeat of our community, where you can tune in on Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 3:30 and see what's happening in the community. If you have a business, you want to check out the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber, because you never know. Once you get involved, and things change, don't they?
They do.
See you next time. Have a great week.